Hello, I'm Joe, aka Mr. Fragrance, and today I'm going to be doing a tag video. In fact, I'm combining two videos in which I was tagged into one. It is a Q&A video. Look, I'm not even 200 subscribers yet, so it does feel a little bit weird doing a Q&A video, but it's not so much. It's just going to be interesting. I think, you know, if you've subscribed to the channel since the start, just get to know a little bit more about me, and the reasons I like fragrances mainly. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. So the two videos I was tagged by the Fragrantician and Sensualize. So these are the two channels that tagged me in this video. So I'm very excited about getting into the video. So I'm going to start off with the questions that I was asked by the Fragrantician. I really hope I'm getting her name right. I've struggled with that channel. It'll be in the link. There'll be a link in the description down below. So I've got my questions here, and the first question is, have you been to school for perfumery? And the answer is no, I haven't. Right now I'm interested in, getting through this journey, doing this YouTube, but also I've not gone to a school for perfumery, but what I am doing right now is a course. I'm reading a very detailed book about the history of perfumes, and then how really to create a very good quality perfume, and the oils, the chemicals that are involved in doing so. So I think it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be a great journey to do this, and hopefully, at some point I'll be able to create my own perfumes. Always been a dream to do that, and I think that to start off at the steady age, to do it now is the way to do it. Get a foothold, learn about it, and enjoy doing it, because that's really what it's all about. Look, it's always been a stigma with YouTubers creating fragrances, and look, I am not a YouTuber. I guess I am, but I've not even got 200 subscribers yet. I'm doing this for a hobby, and if someone watches it, then it's a bonus. Basically, that's what I'm doing this for. And so to create a fragrance, I don't know if you call it a company, to create a line of fragrances, to create a fragrance myself, with good quality, high quality, long lasting, that kind of thing, is all going to be a huge exciting journey, part of this journey to be doing, and I'm excited to do that. So that's really where I'm going with this. So that's my answer to that question. I haven't been to a school of perfumery, but I'm doing courses, I'm learning, and I hope to be able to create fragrances very soon. Question 2, do you consider yourself addicted to fragrances? Well, I guess addicted is when it's unhealthy, and I wouldn't say this is unhealthy. I say it's enjoyable, it's a hobby, and it's becoming a bit more of a hobby, a bit more than a hobby now. But I guess people that are addicted to things deny that they're addicted, so maybe I'm addicted. What's your first memory of wearing a fragrance? This is it. Adidas, this is Ice Dive. This is my first memory of wearing a fragrance. It's actually kind of nice. It's an aftershave. This isn't, well, it's an eau de toilette, to be honest, but I really think it's barely got any good oils in it. It's not a great fragrance. It's £3.50 or something. It's maybe £4. In fact, no, I think it's a £5 and then 2 for £8, that kind of thing. You get them at Sports Direct. Yeah, not the best, but they do for a young lad that's wanting to try his first fragrance. What was the first fragrance you purchased with your own money? With my own money, I don't currently have it, but it was a Hollister fragrance. It was a Jake by Hollister. That was the first fragrance I purchased with my own money. It was £30 at the time, I think, 150ml. It was really nice, actually. I enjoyed it, and I used it very quickly, because it was, for a while, that was one of my only fragrances, and then it expanded. What is the oldest fragrance in your collection? The oldest fragrance in my collection is Roger and Galle's L'Homme. But it's the old version that was discontinued in '84, I believe. It's a little 5ml bottle. Got it on eBay. It had been sprayed like twice, and it still smells great. I bought it mainly just for the fun factor of having something that old. What's a fragrance you can't stand to smell? Rebel Air. Did a review in that last video. I think it's Rebel Air. The one that I disliked in the Rebel video, that's the one I can't stand to smell. It smelled like bacon. It was awful. The rest of the Rebel fragrances were really great, but that one actually made me feel a little bit sick. Rebel, they've got some brilliant fragrances, some really nice ones. In fact, Bubblegum is the most happy fragrance I've ever smelled. But the one that smells like it's like kind of smoky bacon, it's awful, absolutely awful. What is your favourite food or cuisine? So we're going off fragrances a little bit. Indian food. I love Indian food. I love genuine Indian food, not just this kind of westernized British cum Indian food. No, genuinely authentic kind of Pakistani Indian food. It doesn't really, for me, you know, it's got to have some spice there. It's got to have some sort of, for me it's the diverse flavors that are so beautiful when you get this kind of combination of spiciness. Sometimes the most interesting Indian food is when they cease to use meats. When, you know, everyone thinks that the kind of more Asian style of cooking is full of meat, but you can actually buy, there's such incredible cuisine that is kind of under the radar of this westernized food. It's vegetarian and it's completely using, you know, rice, lentils, all this kind of, you know, the stuff that's farmed in such high quantities in these places that you and then injected with these incredible spices. You can really get very good food that's vegetarian as well. So I like Indian food. Good cuisine, good cuisine. Referring to foods, do you prefer sweet, salty, mild, or spicy? I don't know. Okay, if I was to have, say, a Chinese takeaway, I would go with salty rather than sweet, and spicy rather than mild for 100%. That one's the easy one, but it's sweet or salty. This is one. I don't know. I like a dessert. I've got a sweet tooth as well. What's the last fragrance you purchased? The last fragrance I purchased. Because it was coming up to Christmas, I guess it would be this one. The Intense Oud. It came with a couple of other ones. So that'll have been one of the last fragrances I purchased. Which fragrance have you been thinking of buying for a long time but never come around to doing it? I don't really know. I've been looking at the Angel Man kind of fragrance line for so long, thinking about getting something from that kind of line for a very long time. Angel Man, Mugler. There's so many in that collection. I've been really wanting to get a few more of the Acqua di Parma line as well. So I guess that kind of that area. But what I've been doing recently is kind of getting the really popular ones that everyone raves on about. Just getting them out of the way, just knowing that I can have them to just smell great on you know, any occasion, rather than, like, if we're talking niche, I don't know. We'll see. I guess no. Angel Man, that kind of line, somewhere, one of the fragrances from that line. I've been thinking about that entire line for quite a while. Do you have a dream fragrance but think it's too expensive? It's not a dream. I would be very interested in trying out some of Jeremy Fragrance's stuff. It's too expensive for me to just go out and buy it right now, though. He can do what he wants with his fragrances, but I'm not buying them at that price. Gent Scents looks to have a very brilliant collection, a line, and I'd be very interested in trying out some of those at some point. And they seem to be a little bit more value for their money. I've heard great things about his fragrances, so I think they seem to be a little bit more value for their money than some of the other stuff I've mentioned. So no, I'd be interested in trying them out for sure. Which fragrance is the cheapest you own and do you like it? Denim Original. Cheapest, £3.50. Do I like it? I love it. It is a brilliant scent, really lovely, olden style, not that old really, but more vintage style, barbershoppy. Oh, it's so great. It's full of woods and spices, it's kind of like a spicier oriental style. It's very nice, very, very nice. I love it. Which fragrance is the most expensive in your collection? God. I've got quite a lot of the designer fragrances that are, you know, they're not cheap, but well, I guess you got your Acqua di Gio's, your 1 Million Parfums, Most expensive though. Oh, actually, the Roger and Gallet one, the oldest one I have, that was expensive. That was over 100. That was for 5 mil. It was about 180, I think. 180, 160. What was it? Right, I'd say that's probably the most expensive. Look, I'm still new to this. I have not bought loads of really expensive fragrances. I haven't bought anything over £180 for sure. Probably a bit less actually. Does your partner wear fragrances, and is there one that they don't like on you? I'm gonna have to say N/A to that question, because I don't. I'm single. 15. Pre-pandemic, is it common or is it rare in your area for people to wear fragrances? It's common. It's common. I think it's pretty common in most areas of the UK anyway, for people to wear some sort of fragrance, even if it's, you know, really cheap. Do you prefer coffee or tea? Coffee. Do you wear fragrances marketed towards the opposite sex? I have done. I have been known to do so. Eau de Lancôme, for example, I've done a review on that. Very nice fragrance. It's marketed towards females, but I always say any fragrance is unisex if the opposite sex is going to wear it. It is. If the opposite sex is happy to wear it. When traveling, do you take full bottles or decants? I take decants for sure. I put them into little decants. 19. Do you typically receive compliments on fragrances? Every now and then. I guess that pre-pandemic again. Every now and then I received some compliments. I generally wear the more kind of, not the really, really strong ones, the strong fragrances, but the one I received a lot of compliments on actually was a very strong fragrance, and that was 1 million Parfum. Received a lot of compliments for that one, so that was during the pandemic. Do you wear fragrance when home alone? Of course. Fragrances are for yourself as well, not just the people that are going to be smelling them from you, so of course wear them when you're at home. And do you wear fragrances for yourself or to hopefully receive compliments? Both, but mainly for yourself. Don't wear something that's going to really, really reek, and some people are, if you know someone's going to dislike a fragrance, and you're going to be spending a lot of time with them, then definitely don't wear that fragrance, because you don't want them, that's just a really, really awful conversation starter. But no, wear fragrances for yourself as well. If you like the smell of a particular fragrance and you don't think you're not going to be sitting next to someone all day that's going to really dislike it, then of course wear it. So yeah, that was the questions from the Fragrantician. Again, Fragrantician, I'm very sorry if I got that name wrong. I'm looking at it here, the Fragrantician. That's what it looks like to me. I could be making a right mess of this. And then Centralize's questions are next up. So we're going to get through this. We've already done newest in the collection, already done oldest in the collection. Most expensive we've done, most affordable. Most affordable fragrance is also good quality. I would say anything from the David Beckham line. See, David Beckham fragrances are lovely. They all smell great, but they're quite youthful generally. But they smell so good. Packed full of citrus, that one. Citrus, sweetness, really lovely. This one, this is David Beckham Beyond. But no, in general, fragrances from David Beckham are great. Favorite easy reach, I would say at winter time at least, is Spice Bomb, Victor and Rolf Night Vision. This is a very new addition. Thank you to one of the subscribers for sending me that one. That one is my favorite easy reach currently. Favorite bottle design. That's a difficult one, because there's so many brilliant bottle designs. I think I prefer the simplistic bottles, as well as, there are really nice intricate bottles I do like, but this Calvin Klein Man, something about this kind of this super square, sharp-cornered fragrance I really do like. I like 1 million Parfum, Boss Bottled, the simplistic again, the Boss Bottled Intense I have here, really nice, just classic style. It's a great style. So that's those are my favourite bottle designs. My smallest bottle would be that 5 ml. My best memory of fragrance would be Ted Baker Man. This is thinking back to New Year's a couple of years ago, and I'd gotten this for Christmas. really, really cheap. But boy, it just, every time I smell it now, it just makes me think of Christmas time. It smells so lovely, and this is my second bottle in the course of a year. I've gotten through nearly a third of this 30ml bottle, so we're almost getting through 10 mils in a year. With such a huge collection, I'd say that's pretty impressive for a bottle of this. 10 ml in a year, that's not bad. So, worth the hype. A fragrance that is worth the hype. I would say Vibrant Leather by Zara. That's obviously had a lot of hype recently, and I think it's worth it. It doesn't last long, but for the price you're getting it for, it smells great. It's a great clone of Aventus. It's very, very close to Aventus actually. I actually struggled at first to smell any difference. Then I smelled it a bit more, really started to enjoy it. I've always been a little bit, had a few controversial views on Aventus. But no, I think I've really started to warm to Aventus more recently. It's a classic DNA, and I really do like it. So Vibrant Leather is worth the hype. And maybe one that isn't so worth the hype. Sorry, I'm looking around my collection this entire video. In my opinion, currently, Cool Water, Eau de Toilette. It doesn't matter what age I was living in, where, you know, it doesn't matter whether I was, you know, this age 20 years ago. I don't think I would have ever really liked it. It's not aged well. I obviously like scents that smell like, you know, a little bit more vintage. It's not that. I just do not like the Cool Water. I don't think it's got this brilliant catchy complexity to it that everyone absolutely adores, and that's just me. I do not mind. I wear it every now and then, so if you really like it, then please don't take any offense to that, okay? That's just a question. And favorite fragrance from your favorite house. Acqua di Parma Colonia. Love it. And most used fragrance would be Boss Bottled Intense. Use it far too much. Absolutely love it. Oh boy, I love that fragrance. I love it so much. There's nothing better than a Boss Bottled Intense Eau de Parfum concentration fragrance. It is beautiful. So thank you very much for watching this very laid back video. It's not a review, it's just a little bit more chilled. I've been looking everywhere. I've not been looking directly down the camera like I really should be. I'm using a mic this time. I've got a new camera. I've got my new setup, which is fairly new anyway. I've got my light. I've got everything I need to create a good YouTube channel. Now I just need to do it myself. Now I just need to pick up this quality. So thank you very much. I hope you're enjoying the videos, and I hope you enjoyed this particular video. If you did, please do like, subscribe and comment, and I'll be doing loads more review videos very, very soon. So thank you everyone. Enjoy your holiday again. Merry Christmas. Have a happy New Year. And yeah, I'll be back with the next video very, very soon. Thanks for watching.